Good morning. Let's see where we at today. Today we on the interior of the car. We've done quite a bit of work on the outside. Now it's interior time. And the reason we're doing the interior is because this door and this door sound like a pop trunk contest. And it sounds like a box Chevy at a pop trunk contest. We can't have that inside the car. If your car gonna rattle, it gotta rattle on the outside. Be somebody else's problem. You can't have that shit rattling when you're listening to your music. But both these doors sound like a fucking pop trunk contest. So we gonna have to fix that. Which means probably gonna have to salvage some Bang & Olufsen's. I don't know how this is gonna work. Well, it plays. So I've never used this before, but this doesn't work. Pause works. One thing I'll never use is fast forward. Fast forward doesn't work. I don't know what's gonna be a good song to showcase what problem I got going on. I might be at certain frequencies. Stereo's a little weird like that, but this is the kit. Torx hand screwdriver kit. This is the kit for taking apart Audi interiors. Now this Audi interior is different than anyone I've ever worked with, so I'm gonna have to figure this shit out. Normally this goes around the back of the door and you pop it from the side. Pop, 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 pop. So about four clips in there, and then you slide the whole thing forward on that back tooth, if you will. And there's gonna be a couple screws. Let me fix it. I need an actual like GoPro or some shit. And then usually there's nothing here that's not. Usually here there's a door and you'll open it, or a little cap like the tow hook cap, and there's a screw, and then there's probably gonna be 3 on the underneath of the door cord down here. No, 1, and they held in with clips as well. So we got 1 right here, dead center of the door. None. So why not having that many screws? I've never taken an S4 door apart. I've taken a 2016 A3 and I figured they would be similar, but they are not. Completely different door, so I'm gonna have to figure that shit out. These really ain't that bad. It doesn't sound like there's any bass either. Like, what is going on? It sounds completely different today than it sounded yesterday. I'm confused as shit. Functions. Settings. We need sound settings. Did I just kill the bass yesterday because it was so obnoxious? Basically, that's what I did. Alright. Even that don't sound bad. It's you know what? I'm gonna bring it to the song. That's horrible. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, okay. So I had to put it back on it. So this does seem to be a certain frequency. It actually don't sound like a blown speaker at all. It sounds like the motherfucker loose in there just vibrating. So we're gonna take the door cord. I'll go with the fingers again. We're gonna take the door cord off. We're gonna take a look at what's going on here and turn all the rest of this shit off because we drained the battery and this motherfucker don't even drive. We can't charge it. So start, stop, car off. Perfect. And then I'm gonna figure out how to get this dash off. Like I said, you start. By the way, yeah, probably bars. What would be ideal for this is one of these bent like this, but I don't have that. So this is too thick. So we're gonna have to try to make this work. Bought these tools so long ago. I have no idea where I left them. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a two-hand job. And it is really thin. The gap, not the tool. So that's already gonna be a problem. You want it, I believe, over here to pop up first. This is why you want a bent one. There's no leverage. There's no leverage once you get a tiny bit underneath it. Which I don't even think I'm doing that. Am I at the wrong side? Are these backwards? I don't know how I refuse to believe that shit. No, Audi's not known for changing up cord design. They always open from the left side. That's just kind of their thing. Oh, this is gonna be difficult. Oh, this is gonna be difficult. This might be a two-hand job, and I had to pull the camera back up. I think that's what we're facing here. Unless, nah. There is a little gap at the top right there, like that's what's meant for. There's no gap on the bottom or the back. Yeah, you really need the bent piece. The other Audis are more forgiving where this wraps to the back. You can damn near use your fingers, but this is not it. I can't get in. So what you're gonna have is pin. Well, it's either pin, or pin. There's either gonna be 3 or 4. And then there's gonna be this little hook that slides. The whole thing's gonna have to slide this way if it's like what I'm used to. But I'm gonna have the camera down and then tell you what I did, because this is a two-hand job for sure. Yeah. So that's what it just took, 2 hands to do it. And then once you get under there, you don't want to bend here because you got pins and you'll break. You want to slide forward. Shit. Like this here. And then one pin should be about right here. That's one. Oh. One pin should be about here. Oh, I think it already came out, actually. Oh, the hook is here. I'm not used to that. This is why you want to be gentle, man. If I would have pushed real hard, I would have snapped that hook off. I don't want to buy that long trim. Okay, that's not what you want to do. In any situation, that's not what you want to do. But it didn't break. So it does have these 2 little hooks that have to slide forward. Everything basically has to slide forward. But you have 2 pins. This one don't even have 3. You got, no, it has 3. Okay. Pin, hook. Pin, hook. Wait. Pin, hook. Pin, hook. Hook. Alright. That's a little trickier than what I'm used to. There's your door screw right there. So this cord appears to have 1. There's no backside screw. And then it has 2 right there. And no other. So these are gonna be those pop hinge. I want to say pop lock, but it ain't called pop lock. It's so gonna be 20, ain't them? Oh, it is 25. Nice. Okay. Respectable. So 25 Torx. It's gonna get the door off. There's pop pins on these door cords that hold them on while they don't have many screws. If only 2 screws hold this whole door on, it's gonna be amazing, because the A3 in 2016 had a lot more than 2. And when I did my A3, I don't even think it was an A3 video I was watching, and that car had more than 2. This one is completely different. You don't know how bad everything sucks one-handed. I'm at the cusp. that screw's about out. And part of me is like, leave it in the door. But when you pop the door off the way you have to pop an Audi door off, you won't put it in the cell phone holder. All screws go in the cell phone holder. That's the golden rule. And if you don't have the cell phone holder, a cup holder will suffice, although it's not as ideal. Oh shit. Father mucker. I have to switch to the right hand because I don't have an angle for this with my left. Crossing over myself far too much. The screws are actually the easy part. These pop, what are they fucking called? Pop pins. I'm gonna call them pop pins. That's just what the fuck I'm calling them. I don't know what the fuck they are. Pop pins. Those are a little bit of a bitch, especially if you pull them off the door while you're getting it off. That kind of sucks. Man, these screws longer than a motherfucking Monday. God damn. Ain't nobody asked for that. Might have should have brought the damn drill out for this. It's like, oh, it's just a door. I'm never need nothing but hand tools. Shit, I'm lazy, man. I'm fucking lazy. Put the silver trim on the passenger seat, because the first thing you're gonna do, skinny or fat, is plant your ass right on top of it in that seat. So you don't do that to yourself. You wanna go out like that. Be looking for silver trim on eBay and shit. Alright. Now, I don't know where the first pin is, but he thinks it's right here. Past experience, but that past experience ain't paying off on this car, is it? So I'm gonna switch hands out for leverage. Get a camera back there and see if I can see what's going on. And there's a pop pin right here. This is almost not stiff enough to do this. I say almost, it's really not stiff enough. All right, I just popped that pin a little bit, but not completely. Oh shit. This is gonna be a two-hander. I'm gonna have to get my fingers under there and pop it gently and just snap back all the way down. It's actually feeling like if you're trying to pop it with a screw, but I know there's no other screw. I don't think there's a screw on this side, no. So I'm gonna have to two-hand this. Okay, while I was doing that, I noticed there's an Ilianotros. There's another screw right here. I feel like there's still one at the bottom. I still haven't got the bottom off yet, but I wanted to stack over the fingers again. I wanted to stop and make note that there is a screw right here. And the only thing is, how the fuck do you get that screw out? It unscrews. These are magnetic? I didn't think they was. The magnet is so weak, and yet it still worked. And then I shove it all the way back in. There. Phone holder. All right, so that was not what was holding us up at the bottom. I think. No, I was gonna say I got one pin out, but I don't even think I got one out. It's right there, and it is not out. So let me put it down again. Okay, well, two things happened. One, I'm just speechless. That's pretty fucking strong. And two, got to prying on there and boop, this popped out. So let's see what this goes to. Because I have never had this piece, but I'm 100% sure it's holding back screws. Oh, okay, that did not sound like it broke, but that was nerve-wracking nonetheless. No screws. Oh, that looks like a screw hole. And it is. Is it only one? I'm gonna have to get down here. I'm gonna sit on that, ain't I? Ah, two. Et two. And that's it. 2 more screws. That light is hot. Holy shit. One more. Okay. Now, this part I know is gonna be the same about it. Oh wait, one more. Scheiße. It's gonna have to go up now. It hooks. Let me get up there and show you. It hooks into that groove on the top of the door. And then now should be, okay, we have carpet hooked on that pop pin. That's not usually a thing. And we have the door latch. This cable here. Get the angle here, you lift up. I hope I don't break it, because normally you just lift up, no tools. Yeah, like that. Oh, this is a hook. These are normal, those barrel cylinders that go in one way. This is a whole hook. I'm not used to seeing Audi do shit different. And then we have the main wiring harness. So for this main wiring harness, you gotta do 2 things. You have to lift this, but you have to push that in to lift it. I'm gonna try to one-hand this shit with 2 fingernails. I don't see that going. And I've dropped the door cord trying to do this once on my A3 and ended up with no lights on the rear door that I was never able to fix. There it is. So you push that pin to lift this, and then as you lift it, it's gonna eject itself. And that's it. Job done. Door cord is off. And Bang & Olufsen. And no, it is blown. It is completely all the way around blown. So add speakers to the list of shit I gotta buy. God damn it. Okay. By the way, there's your window regulator if you have to change that ever. I'm not sure what this is. I am not sure what this sensor is, because I did not have this sensor in my A3, and I had the convenience keys. Okay. I think I only got 1, 2, 3 of the pop pins out successfully. Oh, this was all the speaker that fell out. It's a whole pile of rubber down there. Yeah, it's blown. It is most certainly blown. Maybe the subwoofer in the back is too. The pop pins should have remained. Wait, most of them did. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Il y a une autre chose. I think we lost something right there. Yup. No? Je ne sais pas. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't think that was supposed to stay in the car. No, that broke off. I lost 2. The rear of the... Oh, these slid off of these. These were supposed to slide off of these this way. That didn't happen. Ugh. I gotta see what I could do with that. But anyway, I can't go any further because I don't have speakers to replace that with. So Bang & Olufsen's on. Okay, just like my last video with the front bumper, we're gonna plastic weld and fix this. We're not buying a new door cord. I got more important fish to fry on that car with the transmission and steering rack and the seals and gaskets on the engine. So we're not budgeting door cords in this shit. I'm hoping I got enough money left over to replace them fucking blown speakers. I'm an audiophile. Oh my god, come on. Gotta get that shit fixed. But anyway, super glue was not gonna do the job. Actually, super glue might. These are made to be slid. I still don't get the gist of this. How would you pull this pin out and then slide this, and that slides down? Y'all remember the door has to go up to come off, yet that goes down. Like, I don't even get what this shit is. But I'm gonna put it back. I can easily tell where it goes. It goes like this. There's no other way it can go. It makes contact. That corner, that top ledge, here, and this here. And when you got the right angle, it just sits right. Like that right there. That ain't going nowhere. And this one sits here. That is weird. You know, probably should have watched the video before I done this. So now I gotta get the camera in a way you can see me do this plastic weld repair. Cause I'm gonna need 2 hands. I'm definitely going. In a sense, I ain't even gonna hold you. The hot glue gun would fix this. Not even gonna hold you. Plastic welds kit's $40 on Amazon. It's worth every penny. You get like a soldering iron, and then you get the gun that does the what do you call them? Like staples, essentially. God damn. It's so, there it is. You put 2 of these posts inside the gun, squeeze the trigger, it superheats it, that melts into the plastic. You pull it off, and then you take those flush cutters. Okay, so couldn't show the job as it was happening, but basically it's like soldering. You want to put this up against the part, and then you use the heat iron, and you heat it, and you pull that off, and you kind of smooth it down, and you move it over a little bit, and move it over a little bit. Rinse and repeat, and you heat it down. Now this is a machine surface. This touches something, so you can't add a lump to the top of this. So the only practical way to go is around. And the nature of my plastic welder, having that spout, there was no way to get here without touching. And I kind of did some oopsies. But this is inside the door, you'll never see that. And then I did on the face of these, a brief just like this here, just to reattach them and melt that a little bit. Just touching it's gonna melt, even without adding material. It'll melt what we already have there. So I did 2 of those, and now you can lift the door cord up by the piece that used to be broken. This one got it at the bottom. I just did this, heating up the gun across the bottom, and then once again I put the bare gun just to flatten them 2 pieces back together at the top. Job done. No need to buy a new door cord. I don't even know those broke when I just took the door off, and they were already broke from the previous guy, but that's how you take care of that. And that is me having to do the job again, but I did that on purpose. I'm testing my welds. This one's perfect. This one, the NI, they used to give me in school. That's an NI right there. Let me fix that. Oh wait, much better. I added a lot more material. I even added material to the top. How you said, I said you don't, because it's a machine surface. But since I added the material, I pushed it down, and I made it like fill in a lot deeper than I did before. Now that's still red hot. Not red hot. It's plastic, but I'm not pulling on that yet. But that should be a lot more solid. All this is inside the door, you'll never see it. So these are places you can utilize these fixes. You wouldn't do this on the outside of your dashboard. You wouldn't do this in your cup holder or center console that's visible. You do this to parts that are out of mind, out of sight, out of mind. Door cord's in pretty damn good shape. I don't think it's come off too many times. Okay, that's the light for the alarm. That's the light that shines down inside the door handle, which on these cars is red. On my S3, I added lights into the door and they were white. Also, Audi uses felt electric tape. I think that's a fireproof spec. Don't know if I have a roll in here. I have a roll. I brought a roll to the car in case I needed it. Valet keys from other Audis that I don't even have anymore. Yeah, so I'm down to one roll and it's out in the car. But yeah, felt. Anytime you work on the wiring in an Audi, you tape that shit back up with felt electric tape. It's not that PVC vinyl, stupid shiny shit like that there. We don't use that hardly ever. Felt. Always. That, you know, that is a natural bend they put in those wires, and I appreciate them for it. But it does, at some point, it messes with my head because you're not used to seeing a 180 in wiring. And then I just came off of doing a lot of networking jobs, and you definitely wouldn't 180 a network cable. So that's throwing me off a tiny bit. I don't know what the cylinder is right here. Oh, okay. It's the inside of, okay, I see what that is. And then these are your puddle lights, which this will be coming out. I got the Quattros on my Q5. So I'm going to put these, well, I don't know where I'm going to put these because I got the original lights that went in the Q5. So I'm going to switch those back to the original lights. And I'm going to switch these to the Quattros. And I already have lighted rear reflectors to the door cores, so I don't have to worry about some doors. This isn't a light, it's just a reflector. But on this one, it's wired in. It's a light bulb. So on my A3, it didn't come with anything. It didn't come with puddle lights. That's the puddle light. It didn't come with the puddle light. It didn't come with the rear LED reflector light. It didn't come with the door handle light. And I think that's it. It had an alarm. I don't think it had a light. It did beep, but I don't remember a red dot on my door. So I don't think the A3 had that. It was a 2016 A3 with the 1.8 front wheel drive, not even all wheel drive. Gorgeous car though. But I added all that into the loom. Rocket Wire sells a kit. He gets the wire from Audi, so it's their actual spec wiring, and then he cuts it to the exact length of the OEM and he sells it to you, and it already has the connector for the light. So all you do is run the wire, felt tape it up. These are already here in the door whether you have the light or not. These little clips, you tuck the wire all the way along the clips, you tie it into the main harness. You have to take all that tape off to do this. You tie it into the main harness all the way back to the one that came out of the door with the purple clip. Bring that cable all the way back to here. You find the exact pin it should have been on to begin with. You pin it down properly. I mean, that's the way you should do it. Some people just tap into other shit. Oh, I'm like, what is this? This is the memory. I didn't have that as well on my last car. That's for the memory on the seats. But yeah, that's everything to this door cord, and I don't know if I should just leave it off the car until I get the new speakers or go back and put it on. I think I'm gonna leave it off the door until I get the new speakers. I gotta see how much is left over after fixing the car. Okay, now I'm lifting the door cord by this piece and it's not breaking off. And that's weight. Yeah, okay. So bad repair initially. That's why you gotta test your work. There's nothing to be ashamed of when you fix something and it breaks again immediately. Because you take your second and you got to understand why it happened. what was the root cause. Oh, I just figured it out, guys. I just figured it out. So it was the previous owner. It was not me. I'm gonna go outside and check. I don't wanna lie on nobody's name. These pieces hold the pop pins. That's why I couldn't figure out how would you slide that up or down. You don't. There's missing 2 pop pins. Cause look, the V. There's a pop pin here and here missing from the door cord. And I don't remember seeing it in the door, but I do remember seeing this one stretching. This material, I don't know. I gotta go out on the car and look. But that's what these pieces go to. 2 more pop pins that are missing. Well, damn, this door holds itself on pretty fucking good without them. I ain't gonna lie about that. That almost looked like a screw hole. I was getting nervous for a second because I didn't take that out. So there's a chance there's 2 pop pins still stuck in my door frame. And there's a chance that they just disappeared way back when whoever worked on this car before. Let me go find out. Well, son of a bitch. Boop, boop. 2 pop pins stuck in the door. So now I gotta figure this out. How to break that free. It's gonna be difficult. But one thing for sure and 2 things for certain. These tabs are likely gonna break off every time going forward this door comes off. Because that plastic repair might not be able to handle the amount of sheer torque it took. So it looks like they go in and they push down to this first lip. Like this. Oh no. Gotta redo that weld as well. Shit. Okay. Before I repair this, I would venture to say gingerly, I was being nice. This time I fucking added a ton of material, melted it into the original plastic. I'm getting it even more in there now with my fingers. Still a tiny bit pliable. I don't think this is coming back off. I think that's that dude. I think job done. Let that dry out. Oh, that's the one that goes in there. Cool. But yep, I'm gonna let that sit up. The cord ain't going back on today. I need to order the speakers. That's not gonna be anytime soon. I'll probably fix the transmission with no door cord on there. But that's it to the next update. All right, this is a long shot. They do sell foam kits for speakers. And the only thing wrong with these speakers is the foam. So technically this is repairable, but in typical Audi fashion, it's been injection molded into this case to prevent any type of repair. By the way, it's not the most impressive speaker I've ever seen. I honestly think the speakers in my Audi Q5 sound better, and I don't even know what they are. They're not banging off. But I did notice this. Y'all gotta deal with my fingers. Y'all know how I roll. I don't got studio recording shit for this. All right, yeah, I can get that under here, and then I can pry it, and it's ungluing it. And what I need is to take measurements of the diameter, inner and outer diameter of that rubber foam, and see if I can find a comparable repair kit, and then order 2 and do the front, left, and right speakers. The rest of the speakers in the car sound fine, but it might
I might find out there's another one once I fix these two. To be fair, you do have to turn it up pretty loud to hear the distortion. At lower volumes, you can't even tell anything's wrong with it. There's a bit of glue right here. There it goes. And I think I can do this around the entire speaker and separate that out. I might even reinforce this foam for better sound, because that's about as low effort as it fucking comes, that foam there. The best tool for this is a paint scraper. I couldn't imagine this going well with any other tool. A knife, forget about it. You're cutting your fucking fingers open. Don't you even try this shit with a box cutter, because it takes a lot of pressure to get into the glue. There it is. Finally got that piece. So I'm gonna call them the little clovers, because they round and stack like clover leaves. That's where the glue is. Okay, there's some glue here too. Oh, see, yeah. Use a knife if you want to. Shit. You didn't hear it here. Work your way. Even multiple passes. If you're stuck, move on to the next part you're not stuck in. Keep working it around. And mind the fact that the back, you're almost touching the speaker with your hand back here. You don't want to do any more damage than you already got. Alright. Do not attempt this shit with a knife. A little life pro tip. Don't ever attempt any curved surface with a knife. That's a sure way to stab yourself. Oh, I didn't get here yet? Oh, I got a long way to go. Shiza. Let's go back to cam level. Let's go all the way around with this. Alright. Now, all that's left to do is get calipers out and find a diameter of that foam and see if I can find a comparable kit. And then you have to clean this foam up. You have to get all this foam off of here. And that is a delicate process that's going to start with a pliable, no. This can be done by hand. I like the glue they used. I don't even need to involve a knife. I can get that off by hand, and I can damn sure get this shit off in the metal. This is going to be an easy fix if they have that diameter foam. Alright. I've been doing a little bit of a, you can call this detailing. This is part of detailing. This is clay bore. I don't know how many people do this these days. It's pretty simple though. Just need a little bit of water. You put a drop of soap suds if you want. Or spend the money on an expensive ass shit. The spray that you spray everywhere you go, as you go. But the gist of it is, you feel resistance as you try to slide back and forth. That resistance is shit is pulling. So you do it until you don't feel resistance at all. And as you push it down, it's flattening the bottom. Pull that back into the top. I think I grabbed the wrong one. Yes, grabbed the wrong one. That's pretty dirty. So you're rotating the dirt off of the plane you're using to claybore with. And when you got glass movement, do it a few more times. And you are pulling years of embedded shit out of your paint. And this paint got a lot in it. I don't think there's been a vehicle ever owned spent so long in one spot. This shit got it. I don't know what it is, but it got it. And this could be a process across 3, 4, 5 days. I don't know about all that, but I'm pretty fucking lazy. 2, 3 days. And you're just pulling years of shit. Now when you do this, you want to focus heavily on the hood, front 2 fenders, and grill, because these are the spots. Oh, also it's gonna kind of wet sand that newly painted grill. That's gonna look good, by the way. Hold on. That black grill look good. I don't need the honeycomb. You want to concentrate on headlights. Go. This fog light though. Holy shit. Can Claymore fix this? Let's put it to the test. We need water though. Can Claymore fix this? Normally I would say no, but I don't have a clue what it is. If that's oxidation over time, no. If that's some kind of pollen, maybe. As I said, if you have algae that's green, you can get rid of the entire green hue off your car's paint. That'd be the only way this comes clear, but I don't see it happening. This is bad. This is like I need a new fog light. Although there is possibility, because there's a massive amount of resistance to this clay. Whatever it is thick. It's bad. But you're real time watching the clay cut it down. Yeah, this is gonna be beyond that glass finish again, but it's definitely not gonna be as bad. You can hear it. I think that's oxidation. Fuck, I should have addressed that and put a new light when the bumper was off. Wasn't the hardest thing in the world to do. God damn, there's some resistance. So no, that won't go back to a glass look. I'm going on this light though. Oh my God. Just had surgery on this hand. I call this physical therapy. Ugh, I'm gonna switch off of that one for a second. They're both tired. But you can stop this today, start back tomorrow. No loss. You can do it over the course of a weekend, or you can do it all in one day and be sore as shit the next day. It's however you want to handle it. Now, if you got an SUV or a big pickup truck, good fucking luck. And if you drive a school bus, go fuck yourself. If you Claymore a school bus, I got massive respect for you. I don't want nothing to do with that. And you're likely crazy. I know people that own school buses, and they don't do that. They're not the detail-orientated people. As a matter of fact, the patina is part of the attraction, I do believe. It's a lot of resistance. Damn. Claymores, ladies and gentlemen. Claymore. Y'all do not know what y'all sleeping on. This headlight looks a lot better, and I just got started. There is still moisture, even though it don't look like it. If there's no moisture, this comes to a stop, and it's really hard to get the damn, you can see clearly where the Claymore hit and where I didn't get. Damn, that shit is thick. And then I'm gonna wet sand this grill with the clay bore. I just cut and polished just the hood. Also buffed the 4 rings and 2 headlights. I clay bored the entire grill. It's a lot smoother than it was. But that's that reflection. When you cut and polish after the clay board, that's what you can make it look like. And that cut and polish was done with McGuire's Speed Compound and Groit's Garage Best of Show wax. Still gotta compound the whole rest of the car. Windows, wings, doors, ain't touching that front bumper, fuck them. Trunk, other side, roof. I did do the 2 mirrors. They're shining pretty well. And then I wipe down the excess, once I'm done buffing the compound and the polish, I use a quick detailer to pull the residue off for the next step. But yeah, no direct sunlight, so it's hard to see the metallic flake, but you can see the reflection. And this paint holds up pretty well. You can force the light to slide across the hood. You can see relatively clear reflection of the house next door the whole way around. It has some bumps, little pits and bumps here and there, but when you take a step back, it still looks amazing for as neglected as this car was.